Hi Libra, welcome to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is going to be for the full moon on October 31st and taking us through the next new moon on November 14th. So look for these messages to play out for approximately the next 2 weeks. Please keep in mind these are general readings, so they may not resonate for everyone. If they do, I thank you very much in advance for all your support with those likes, shares, and subscribes. I really appreciate you guys. All right, we're going to be doing a Celtic cross spread, which is going to take a look at your current situation, your near future, get you some advice, and then we'll take a peek around the corner into the eventual, most likely outcome of the situation. And then we'll close out the reading with some oracle cards. All right, let's dig in. What is going on for my Libras? What do we need to talk about today, Libra? Two of Presents. In this deck, that's the Two of Pentacles. We're using Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. A, because it's perfectly apropos for the season, and B, because I just freaking love this artwork. Two of Presents is all about balance. It can be about the struggle to achieve balance, like, am I able to juggle all of this at once? Like, trying to bring things into equilibrium. Or it can be about the perfect balance, like, oh wow, you're able to do this and that, good job. So we'll see what comes out in the rest of the spread to kind of build out the meaning of this. What is the challenge that Libra is facing with this balance? What is the current challenge or blockage to achieving this balance? We have the Six of Candles. It came out in the reverse, but in the challenge position, that's less important. This is about whether or not you're getting the recognition or feeling victorious in the way that you're expecting to. So, let's see what you're focusing on during this. I feel like you just really want a win. You know what I mean? You want a victory. You're like, I'm balancing, I'm juggling so much. Can I just get a win here? Can I just see something pay off? Can I get some recognition for juggling all of this? And that's it's feeling a little bit like a stumbling block for you right now. Maybe in your, keeping the mood up while you're balancing all of this. You are focusing on the Six of Swords in reverse. So something in your current juggling, one of these or more of these things that you're juggling, is surrounding the need to go back into a situation that you'd left. Like revisiting a problem that perhaps you thought you'd tidied up or you thought you'd put behind you. It could be like, it could be shadow work, so it could be something internal. Or it could be like when you moved, you left a storage unit behind, and now you're trying to bring everything into equilibrium so you can juggle it a little bit more easily. So you're needing to go back to where you used to live to handle something with a storage unit or something like that. It's like tying up loose ends in order to achieve or maintain this balance that you're looking for. What is going on in the recent past regarding this situation? What led up to this? Some sort of study or learning. It may not be official like an official means of education like a school. It could just be learning a new skill, something you taught yourself, or learning something about someone else. In some manner, you became like an apprentice. Let's take a look at the energy of the environment around you. Lots of changes going on. Sudden changes, perhaps shocking changes, perhaps disruptive changes. It's like the ground is unsteady under your feet. Now I see why we're talking about the balance. I mean, balance is one thing if you're on a stable foundation, but it looks like the world around you is just kind of falling apart. In your near future, we have the Queen of Candles in reverse. So this is some pretty like private self-care. This is something that you're doing, you're not posting about this on social media. It's something very personal, very special to you. And you're really like building yourself up in whatever way you feel less than. It could be starting a new exercise regimen, or changing the way you eat, or starting to do daily affirmations, or keeping a dream journal, or, you know, these sorts of like, even just like taking regular bubble baths to treat yourself. Like, I have a feeling it's more substantial than just one thing. Like it's not a superficial thing. This is like something very deeply meaningful to you. Because you know you can sense your potential, or like maybe right now you're not feeling at your best, but you know a past version of you that's like wanting to come out. And so you're doing some sort of activities or build up to releasing that person from within you again, like a new, updated, bigger, better version of you at your best. In your advice, we have the Chariot in reverse. This is saying, don't rush it. Wait for the right timing. Make sure that you're in alignment with your intuition, with your highest good, with what's right for the situation. This is also saying that if you do wait for the right timing, there's going to be immense support from the universe. It's saying you're going to move forward. If you do it right now, it's a little bit like trying to swim upstream. But if you just wait until the right timing, and the universe or your spirit guides will show you, then you'll have the wind in your sails. You'll have the wind at your back. What's that expression? It's like you'll just, the forward momentum will just come much more easily and naturally, and you won't have to fight against the current. Let's take a look at your surprise energy. Something is going to come in and affect the situation, and you do not see it coming. We have the High Priestess in reverse and the Nine of Potions in reverse, which is the Nine of Cups in reverse. I think your intuition has been telling you that some wish that you had, like you need to give up on some sort of wish. You feel like on a gut level or a spiritual level, like just you have some kind of knowingness that something that you'd held out hope for a really long time is something that you need to put behind you. However, I think the surprise element of this is that you're going to find out that your wish is still possible, albeit in a different way than what you first planned. It's like, okay, that thing that you're just now starting to accept may not happen. There's a reason why, and you're really going to like it. Like, it's not being withheld from you or taken away as an option because you don't deserve it or because it's not possible for you. It's because the space in your life that it would take up if you did have it would preclude you from getting what's yours, what you're headed toward, and what is going to be just mind-blowing. Let's take a look at your hopes and fears. We have the 5 of Candles in reverse and the 5 of Potions in reverse. So you're hoping that you won't have to fight your way through this. I feel like your life may have been a struggle in a lot of ways for a while, and you're really hoping that you can stop with the struggling, that things will start to get easier. And you want to be able to move on with your life after some sort of loss and some sort of grieving for like, yeah, something that meant a lot to you that isn't part of your life anymore. Okay, now we're going to take a peek at the most likely outcome. Now, this is based on your current trajectory. Remember, things in the future are changeable. So, if this is not the outcome you want, then we'll take a look at some steps to change it. So we have the 7 of Wands, which is the 7 of Candles in this deck, which is you taking a stand. It's you being so certain about your convictions that you're willing to fight for it no matter what. It's not saying that necessarily anyone will be putting up a fight against you accomplishing this, but it is saying that you're going to have that spirit within you. You're going to have that like willingness to go the distance come hell or high water. And then coupled with that, we have the I take as many cards come out, so 2 cards came out for this position. We have Judgment in reverse. So this is a decision that is going to be made that's not the decision you want. There's some sort of verdict is going to come down, whether it's like a legal case or someone in a position of responsibility over a decision that affects your life. You're going to be hoping for one decision, and that's not the decision that's going to be made. And that is going to result in you becoming that energy that we just talked about, becoming more invigorated and more ensconced in your position. Like you're going to double down with, all right, I didn't get that one, but it just fueled my fire. I know for sure now. Like I thought I knew I wanted this, but after that, like, it's like submitting a book for publication or trying out for a role in a commercial or like and being rejected, right? You didn't get the part you wanted. And maybe leading up to that, you wanted it, but after the answer is no, you realize how important this whole thing to you is. It's like a revelation in that it just, like, it's almost like you needed the rejection in order to fully come alive and realize how much this whole thing means to you, so that you just go for it no matter what. Like, you can overcome any obstacle after this one time that it won't work out. So now we'll get you some clarification. We'll dig a little deeper into what you can do about this outcome if you'd like to try and steer in a different direction before that comes about. First, we'll take a look at the Two of Presents, Two of Pentacles in your current situation. Why is the Two of Presents here? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. It's like you're streamlining the things that you have, the things that you're working on, and weeding out the things that don't really mean anything to you emotionally. You're deciding what you are willing to fight for, what you're willing to go the distance for, but on an emotional level. Like, anyone can much more effectively go about their life if they are focused. And that's kind of what the subject of this reading is whittling things down so that you have this synergy, this flow between the things that you're working on, these multiple things, 2, 3, 5 things, but like a manageable amount of things. And part of that is deciding or prioritizing based on how much it matters to you emotionally. Let's see the blockage, this Six of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands clarifying. So I feel like this is you looking for outside validation or outside support in your effort to decide what matters to you. Now, this being in your challenge position, it may be that you need to focus less on what other people think and focus more on what is important to you. Or it could be that you're waiting, like maybe it is important that you get feedback from those who you trust, who know you well, and that their inbound communication is just lagging a little. Or even you're getting feedback from other people that doesn't quite jive with the way you feel, so it's making you question like, oh, well, I thought that was really the way to go, but I'm getting feedback from people who I trust saying, no, I don't see you doing that. So you're kind of in this back and forth trying to find your own equilibrium on what it is that you need to make your priority. In your focus, this Six of Needles, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So you are trying to uncover or revisit missed opportunities. I think that you recognize that there's something that you kind of left on the back burner and walked away from for a time because it was a struggle or because it was causing problems. And so the reason that you're going back into that sort of a situation is to uncover that potential opportunity. And by it showing up, I think that your instincts are correct. I think there is an Ace of Pentacles buried there somewhere. In your recent past, clarifying the Page of Presents, we have the Three of Wands. So it's like you were learning patience. It's like you were learning that sometimes you need to wait during the stages of a certain plan coming to fruition for the other people involved to do their part. And because the Page of Presents, Page of Pentacles is the main energy here, that's telling me that it was like you learned something from that experience. The point of going through that experience was to like build your character and learn something from needing to rely on someone else or wait for someone else to come through on something. In the energy of the environment, clarifying the Tower, we have the King of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this is more of that decision against you. It's like perhaps you've already learned of this situation and there's like, it's still in question whether or not the final decision is going to come down in your favor, because this destabilizing influence was someone who had control over the situation, maybe rushing to judgment or making an unwise ruling, an unwise decision or unfair decision, or not having all the information. Like someone made a decision just based on some facts, some information, and maybe didn't have all the information and definitely wasn't making a decision like based on emotion or empathy or intention. It's like just a very practical decision, very logical decision. But whatever that decision was, that's what led to this sudden change that kind of destabilized your environment. In the near future, clarifying the Queen of Candles, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is you really slowing things down. There's no rushing here. With your taking care of yourself, building yourself up, preparing to unleash the best of you on the world, it's like you've been plopped into that situation by this, like you had the rug pulled out from under your feet, so you're like, all right, guess it's me time. Guess it's time to, make myself even more fabulous. Like if I have to be stuck here, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to invest in myself. Clarifying the Chariot in reverse, we have the Page of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Page of Wands is in reverse. So this is like a kind of an immature energy, a superficial attraction, like just a physical attraction. And the Ten of Swords is talking about just putting an end to a mindset. Like, I'm not into that anymore. Or, no, that's not me. No, thank you. I don't do that. So in forming the Chariot in reverse, I feel like that's the reason why you're needing to wait. It's saying you're going to have this show up. Maybe it's a person showing interest in you. Maybe it's a half-hearted job offer that you're just not passionate about. But it will have been something that feels familiar to you because we have the Ten of Swords here. So this is Spirit's way of kind of almost testing you to make sure, are you ready to move on to the next stage of your life? Like, here's something that we think that you're ready to end. We think that you're done with this. But here it is again, just to be certain before this giant tidal wave of momentum hits you so that you are pointed in the right direction. You know, surfers, like how I don't surf, but I know like you have to be in the right position and traveling at the right speed and in the right direction in order to catch a wave. So that's what this feels like. It's like Spirit is preparing you and making sure like you don't just take every little swell that comes along. It's like, no, don't take this. Hold. Don't take this one. Don't take this one. Spirit knows there's a giant one coming that's just going to like make things so much easier for you and to carry you so much farther. But part of that waiting is ensuring that you don't engage with anything that comes from a place of not really being into it, not really being like lit up by it. Okay, moving on to your surprise energy. This wish. Your intuition's been telling you that maybe it's time to let this wish go, but there's a surprise in store. Interesting. We have the Seven of Swords. This surprise is going to catch you off guard. It's going to surprise you. It's going to come from a direction that you had no expectation that it could ever arrive from. It may even be like totally secret, like some sort of opportunity comes your way and it's like anonymous. Like someone wants to try and keep it a secret. That's so interesting. I want to just like stare at it for a while because I feel like there's more to this. I'm so intrigued by the It's like someone's really pulling strings for you. Someone is behind the scenes, making things happen, lining things up. It could even be spirit doing this, like from the other side of the veil. Like there's some secret plan going on behind the scenes that you have no idea because your intuition has been telling you this wish that I have had. I need to let it go. Okay. In your hopes and fears, clarifying the 5 of potions and the 5 of candles in reverse. That's wands and cups. We have the 7 of cups. So, you're hoping that you will have clarity about a situation and not get overwhelmed by different options that come up, not get distracted by other options that come up. You don't want to be distracted by the past grief. You don't want to be distracted by struggling or conflict. You're just really hoping to have like a lot of options to keep yourself like busy, to keep yourself busy, but also to keep yourself like your mind entertained, like so that you don't get bored. That's what it feels like. It's like you're coming from a period of restriction where your options are being whittled down and limited, and you're afraid that you're afraid of the process a little bit, and I use that term kind of broadly, but it's concerning to you, the process of whittling down, because it takes discernment, and it takes, like, if you're cutting things out and focusing more of your time and attention in certain areas, that self-doubt can creep in, and you can say or wonder, am I making the right decision? What would have happened if I would have chosen option C, D, E, F? Like all these things that are no longer going to be options for me. Am I making the right decision here? Because what you're really wanting to do is keep the options. You're wanting to keep the options. but circumstances and like your own judgment is saying, like, no, it's important to whittle things down, but make the right decision based on your emotions. It just feels a little bit nebulous right now. You're wondering if you're making the right decisions. Well, we have the High Priestess coming up for you again. That's twice in one reading. So your intuition, although, I want to say, sometimes our intuition tells us what we need to believe at the time in order to get us where we need to be. It's like Spirit will dangle a carrot for us to get us to the next stage in our lives so that like we are where we need to be and we're doing what we need to be doing for our life path. So although, your intuition is telling you like, don't work towards this wish, and then it's happening behind the scenes perhaps, or it's clearing the way for something better to happen. Your intuition game is still super on point. Like, this is this, and if this is true for you, you're going to intuitively feel this as I'm talking about it, or when you think about this situation. This decision that's going to be what you don't want, you're going to feel it through and through that it was actually the right thing. So I feel like it's not going to be too disappointing, although it's not going to be the decision that maybe like, your ego self wanted. It's not what would have been the easiest, or what would have been, the easiest, I feel. It's going to be more of a challenge proceeding with your life because of this decision not going a certain way. However, the High Priestess is here to say your higher self wants it this way. Trust in Spirit, trust in the universe, that this is like building up your conviction for an important reason. All right, now we're going to close out your reading with some oracle cards. We'll start with the Affirmators deck and get you an affirmation. What affirmation can we give to my Libras? We have no need to do. It says, I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes. But in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I'm already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do the laundry. Next, we'll pull you a Power of Surrender card. This is what will be helpful for you to release, to help in this situation. It says, always surrender your need to be right. Oh, sorry. No. It says, surrender your need to always be right. That's an important distinction. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Next up, we have the Fear Nothing Oracle deck. What can Libra do to dispel fear? All right, we have a few. We have live in the moment. Yeah, be here now. Now is where the power is. We have buck convention. Do things your own way, walk your own path. And we have visualize abundance when needed. Power of visualization. I am an aphant, which means I don't have the power to visualize. So I'm always jealous of, since I found out about this condition, I'm jealous of people who do, because, that's a powerful manifestation tool. So if you do have the power to visualize, please use it. Please, for me. All right, and last but not least, we're going to pull you a Making Magic card. This is a supportive magic spell, should you choose to accept it. This is Sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Ooh. Okay, you guys, this has been your reading for the first half of November. I hope that it goes really well for you. I have just opened up some dates for personal readings for November, so if you're interested in having a personal reading with me, I'd love to hear from you. My contact information is in the description box below. I also have some high vibe merchandise available. If you're interested, you can check that out and see if you're interested in any Christmas gifts or anything like that. And then I'll be back with a new set of videos for the new moon on November 14th. So look for the next video to come out a day or two before then. All right. So be safe. Have a happy Halloween. I'll see you next time. Bye.